Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily podcast. I know I say this every day, but I've got a treat for you once again, because today I'm going to host not one, but two luminaries from Wix, the leading global SaaS platform for creating, managing and growing an online presence. And I'm sure you've all seen Wix out there, especially if you're looking at building a website. And one of the things that I've noticed in recent years is AI is increasingly reshaping this landscape. And with the advent of OpenAI's ChatGPT 3 and 4, we're witnessing unprecedented improvements in how we work and how we operate. So when I read that Wix has harnessed this technology to introduce a revolutionary new feature, an AI text creator, all within the Wix editor, I wanted to learn more about that. And it was recently launched, and this innovative tool promises to significantly advance website content creation by offering high-quality, tailor-made content for users' website. This breakthrough is promising to not only streamline the process of website building, but also mitigate that often time-consuming challenge of crafting a professional-looking website and indeed content to go with it. So, I want to learn more about combining Wix's profound understanding of site creation and ChatGPT's advanced capabilities, how these features will mark a significant leap in the industry, and what that means for creative and, yes, important topics around plagiarism, etc. There's so much we can talk about today. But buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to Tel Aviv, Startup Nation, where today's guests are waiting to discuss how these AI-powered tools are set to transform the world of website creation. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Hello, my name is Oz Golan. I'm a product manager in the Wix editor, and I'm leading the generative AI products inside the editor. I have over 10 years experience with high-scale products in the B2B and the B2C market.
Hi, I'm Eli Brosh. I'm the head of AI research in Wix, and I work on future-looking technologies, mostly based on AI, to help us build better products for our users.
Well, it's a huge pleasure to have you both on the podcast today. And just to set the scene for our conversation, I've got to ask, how did the idea of integrating GPT-3 into the Wix editor come about? I know it's a big talking point at the moment, and everyone's talking about it in businesses all around the world. But I'm curious how you guys got involved and what the development process was like for an AI text creator.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And I think this is a great example why Wix is such a successful and a growing company, because we put our users in the center and we listen to their needs and pain points. And one of the biggest pain points when you create a website is around the content creation part. It takes a lot of time, it requires expertise, and our site owners and customers, usually they don't want to invest most of their time in content creation. So this is a real issue and a real obstacle that we wanted to solve. And the AI text creator was generated from that pain point. So actually it's a product that what we do with that is we provide a tool on top of the GPT model that all the user needs to do is just input a few parameters. He already knows, like his business type, his business name, and what he wants to write about. And we will magically create this content for him, whether it's a paragraph or title, tagline. We will create amazing content, relevant, specific content for him. And he, with one click, can implement it into his site. So he doesn't have to go out of Wix editor in order to find the content, and you can do it really simply without the hassle of prompt engineering. And a lot of the issues today to create good content with the ChatGPT, for example, is the need to type over and over again what you want him to write for you. And this part we are taking on ourselves, and we build a really smart middle where we just take the user inputs and we do the prompt engineering behind the scenes, send it to the model, and get back really amazing results for the users.
And as an ex-IT guy, I must admit, I can't get out of the habit of focusing on the problem first before even thinking about leveraging any kind of technology, no matter how cool and exciting it is. So if we start at the problem, what kind of improvements in website content quality and efficiency have you observed since implementing this AI text creator feature in the Wix editor?
Yeah. Again, I think this is a great question since we really focused on the value. We wanted to see a value and not just as a gimmick to launch a product with AI and say we have some kind of an AI tool. And I'm very happy to say that we see really impressive adoption and retention of the feature, meaning that a lot of users are actually using the AI text creator. And what gives us even a better signal is that they are coming back to it often more and use it over and over again for their website creation process. So we definitely see this is not only just to say we have launched AI, but we really provided an amazing tool for the users and we get a lot of positive feedbacks for it. So we always in Wix, this is how we do things. We always want to make sure that the products that we do really help our users in their creation process. And we focus our energy and efforts and dev time to make it happen. And that, again, I think what makes us differentiate this company and what makes our product so good.
And again, starting with the problem and to bring everything we're talking about to life today, how do you think the AI text creator will help users overcome common challenges that they face when creating content for their websites? Because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people listening, and I'm sure you've got a few stories around this kind of thing and the kind of problems that they face. You must hear a lot of trending questions and things coming your way. So is there anything you can share around that?
Yeah, and I think here it's very interesting to see how the users actually implemented and how they are changing the content in the website with the AI text creator. So a lot of the time you will see like mediocre average content level, right? And then we'll see that the user will go actually and replace the about section and generate it all over again with the AI text creator. So if you are taking a look, let's take an example of Tennis Academy School, okay? And I want to create content for my website. Look, I'm limited with how much I can write and the knowledge and expertise that I can have in writing really brilliant content that will sell and that will have enough quality and variety. And I think that with the AI text creator, we really used our knowledge in website creation and abilities to understand what content should look like. And we actually see that we are able to generate really high quality results and users are replacing what they already wrote. Then this is, I think, one of the best indications. So they are not just creating new text with the AI text creator. They will go and take their own text and change it with the AI text creator to create it all over again.
And if we dare to look under the hood here at the tech that makes everything we're talking about possible, is there anything you can share around the insights into the process of training and optimizing GPT-3 for specific needs of the Wix platform and indeed its users?
Yeah, sure. So let me take this one on. So let me talk a little bit about the process of taking GPT and tuning it to a specific use case. So what we wanted to do here with the AI text creator is basically provide really high quality results for our users. And it's not that easy. I mean, generating a single result that has high quality, that's relatively easy. Generating multiple results that have high quality, this is a harder thing. And this is something where you really need to fine tune ChatGPT. And you do that through a process called prompt engineering. So you basically change the prompt, you change the input to ChatGPT till you get to the results you want. And we work closely with our content writer experts to make sure that our users get the best experience. So they're getting high quality content with the right tone of voice, and also that the length of the content really fits the amount of space that they have for the website.
Incredibly cool to learn more about what goes on underneath the hood there and the tech that makes it all possible. And we will indeed have people listening from all over the world from a variety of different industries, and they will all have a different, unique set of requirements of what they expect from technology. So I'm curious, how does the AI text creator adapt to different industries and niches to ultimately ensure that the generated content is relevant and appropriate for each user's website? Because everyone's got different needs, right?
Absolutely. This was one of our main guidelines even before we started to build the product. While we wanted to simplify the process of generating the text with few inputs that you enter and you generate the text, one of our core guidelines was that every site has unique content and every website owners want to tell a different story. So if I go back to the tennis school, so you have one tennis academy that specializes in taking kids to become pro players, right? And the other academy is a tennis school for beginners and more of like for the fun. And those are different messages and different content that needs to be written in the website. So we wanted to make sure that the end result is not a generic tennis school, that each one of these segments or sub-segments always can generate a more specific content for them. And how do we do that? While keeping it, the panel, the tools, very simple. We encourage the users to specify as much as possible the business type. So if you write a tennis school, you'll get the results of one. If you get tennis school for tennis academy for professionals, then you can get now totally different, more accurate results to what you are looking for. And we have also added a few additional places where the user can indicate his intent. So, for example, we have a free text box that on top of indicating the business type, and let's say you are writing your about section, so you select about the topic, now you can place as a free text some of the things that it is important for you that the text will include. So if I'm going back to the tennis example, the tennis academy for professionals, so I can say that I'm a past pro player, which is very important to mention, and that the coaches with me are also were top ranked, and that we were able to have, let's say, 10 kids to get them into the top 100 ranking. And you just put those inputs into the free text, and those inputs you already know, right? So you know what's unique about you. And now we take those inputs, the business type, the about, and the free text from the website owner, and then we take them all together, combine them, and get out of them the maximum quality results, which becomes very specific. And it's really amazing what we see. We see that they really invest time to put what's important to mention, the text. The users are actually using it. They change the business type over and over, and they specify it. So we see it happening all the time. And therefore, we can cover any industry, any type of content, any type of specific indications you would like the content to reflect. And this is why this tool, on one hand, is so simple. On the other hand, is versatile and fully flexible, because you can write on any topic and you will get really good results with our approach on top of the GPT model.
And for anyone listening from the Wix community, hoping to hear a few teasers about maybe what they can expect in the months ahead and where Wix is heading with this technology, what are the future plans for expanding this AI text creators capabilities, including things like language support, additional features, etc.? I appreciate you're probably locked down as to what you can share, but is there anything you can?
Yes, we can share. First of all, I want to share on a high level that I think that the generative AI technology is really helping to make Wix better for the users and will help us to make our users more successful with their online presence, with their online business, with their online site building experience. And we have big plans to roll out amazing features based on AI that will just emphasize how much the platform of Wix is great and will help the site owners to create amazing things. And obviously, the AI tools will create a much more efficient also building experience. So that's on the high level, and we should expect from Wix to roll out some really nice and cool features around AI. So we're totally into it. Specifically talking about AI text creator, we have plans to expand the capabilities around what you said, that like you mentioned, the tone of voice, languages, etc. What's important for me here to say is that I see a lot of products being released, a lot of, I would say, announcements on really big things that a product based on AI can do. And once you try it, you get disappointed. We don't want to be in this position. This is why we validate every feature, and it's going through the Wix process. And this is part of the Wix promise, right? That when a user comes to Wix, he expects a certain level of the product maturity, because this is part of our value. We do a lot of things on behalf of the user to provide him the best, like a website creation experience. So yes, we do have plans specifically for the AI Text Creator. We are validating, making sure the features works well, and we bring a real value to their sites and to their success as a business.
And there's a big argument at the moment around, is AI replacing creativity? And I would always argue that actually it enhances human creativity and helps people work smarter rather than harder. But I'm curious, how do you see AI and machine learning continuing to revolutionize that website creation process and user experience, especially on the Wix platform? How do you see the landscape at the moment?
Yeah, so first of all, we see a lot of trends, a lot of new tools coming in. I think that the website creation process will gain a lot, will leverage a lot from the AI technologies that will, as I mentioned before, will help to create much better experience and faster experience, more efficient. But I do think that the core of the website will still be needed. So we have tons of apps. It's a website. It's not just, the text and the image. When you say a website, a lot of people imagine like, okay, a few boxes of text and 3 images and you have a website. No, a website is built out of billions of lines of code. It has security elements, SEO, has businesses that runs on it, connecting payments, stores, chats, doors. There are tons of things, and a site is also a breathing and living creature. You always update it, you want to do customizations, and the design changes all the time. So I think that the AI tools will create a better opportunity to help to maintain the website faster and to do things with a higher velocity. But the Wix platform, the core Wix platform, is in an amazing position to leverage it and to take the market even like we are now already the leaders, but I think we're very innovative and we will continue to lead the market with the assistance of the AI technologies.
Yeah. And I want to add something small. I think I totally agree with you, Oz. I think also AI can help us throughout the full journey of building a website. So it can help us create content for our website. It can also recommend for us, let's say, the content to use or the design to use, or it can recommend for us the business apps that we need to have to make our online presence more effective. And it can also help us basically to chat with customer support. So there's the whole funnel of building the website, and there are a lot of places where AI can help.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed is in the last 8 months, everyone's gone crazy about generative AI. If we were to go back the same time last year, nobody was talking about generative AI, but now it's all anybody's talking about and everyone's jumping on it. But what I think is important that we mention here is at Wix, you've been working with AI for many years now. So can you tell me a little bit more about other areas of AI that you've been working on over the last 5, 6, 7 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Wix has been doing AI for almost 7 years now. And we actually started with a really early version of generative AI with the introduction of our ADI website builder. And here what you do is you ask the user a few questions, try to understand the business intent and the look and feel that the user wants. And the system automatically builds a complete, fully functional website for the user. And in the last couple of years, we introduced a lot of AI-based features in Wix. So chatbots, search and recommendation, and our switch section features, just to name a few.
Fantastic. And I was recently at the Adobe Summit in Vegas a few months ago, and there was a huge focus there on leveraging AI, but also protecting creators from plagiarism. So I've got to ask, what measures are you putting in place to ensure that AI-generated content is indeed unique and not plagiarized, considering the vast amount of existing content out there on the internet?
Yeah. Again, this is one additional guidelines that we wanted to have in the product. So we build the product in advance to make sure the content will be ultra specific, not generic one. So it's not that we generate the content based on your generic business type, let's say, again, tennis school, and you get very generic content. Here in the AI Text Creator, you can specify and enter the inputs, the specific inputs, which generate the specific content which you have written by yourself if you wouldn't use AI, right? So it's not just you tell AI to do something, it create whatever it creates, and that's it. Here, we take the opposite direction. We tell the user, okay, if you were to write, what do you want to write about? And then we create the content which will be very specific to his business and his intent. And we also show 3 different outputs with variety, meaning there is a variation. So the user can pick out of the 3 variations which one is most relevant for what he thinks should be. And after he adds the text, we usually see him coming and doing also small adjustments, meaning that the content is written with intent to provide value for their visitors. It's not like, I would say, there is like a way to manipulate blog posts, for example. You can have the AI write blog post over blog post over blog post over blog post, and this is like really will be like a generic content without a purpose. With the AI text creator, the content is with a purpose and is ultra specific. And afterwards, the user also comes to the content, enters and edit and adjust the content a little bit more. So I would say we give it to him 80%, 90% ready content. And afterwards, he will go inside the text box and modify what he needs and add some more stuff, but we give him like a really good head start with the really specific content.
Well, it's been a huge pleasure having you both on the podcast today. And I always like to end on a somewhat light-hearted note. You've spent your time sharing your insights today and some of the things that you're seeing out there and the great work that you're doing. But I'm going to ask you to leave everyone. Well, I'm going to see if there's something I can do for you this time. So some of the biggest names in business, VC funding, and tech have either been guests or might even listen to this podcast. So if I was to say, is there a person who you would love to have a private breakfast or lunch with, who would it be and why? Because he or she might just see this. So we'll see what we can manifest together today. But who would it be?
So if Daniel Kahneman, the Nobel Prize winner for behavioral economics, is listening right now, I should love to have a very long lunch with him. I'm really fascinated about behavioral economy, the psychology of decision-making and judgments. I'm a big fan, following his articles and reading his books. And I have a lot of questions that I want to ask him. So if you can make that happen, that would be really amazing.
And I would love to join that breakfast as well.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'll send that out into the universe, into the ether. Let's see what we can make happen together. And for anyone listening, just wanting to stay up to speed with anything we talked about today, some of the new features that you're going to be adding to Wix, etc. What's the best starting point for everything to keep up to speed with the advancements that you're making here?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, visit the Wix.com website. There is a lot of information there. Create a website, start creating a website. You can then play with the AI text creator and additional AI-powered tools that you will see popping up really soon. Some of them already been launched, such as the product description in the store's back office. So yeah, that's the place to find it.
Yeah. My recommendation would be just open the Wix site builder, start building your site, go to a text box, click on the AI site creator and start playing with the AI to help you.
Awesome. Well, so many big takeaways for me from how this AI feature will help users with the ability to easily generate high quality, unique, tailored content for their websites, combating some of those time consuming efforts needed to complete a professional looking website. And ultimately, I think it's about accelerating the quality and the speed of website content creation, helping people to work smarter, not harder. That's the key for me. But more than anything, just a big thank you to both of you for sharing your insights today. Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Neil.
Thank you.
So a big thank you to today's guests for joining me in learning more about the fascinating world of AI and how the launch of Wix AI's text creator is already significantly transforming the website content creation process. It's clear that the combination of Wix expertise in site creation and ChatGPT's advanced capabilities is leading to this truly game-changing tool that accelerates the quality and speed of content creation, making professional website building more accessible and efficient than ever. But if you are a creative, like I am, I mean, I earn my money from creating, web content, whether it be a podcast, whether it be business blogs or ghostwritten blogs. What does this mean to you? I'll be interested in your thoughts. For me, it is a tool that can help me. But whether my clients will still need me in a few years from now, of course, that is something in the back of my head. But as I said, I am incredibly optimistic. So please, I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything we talked about today. We covered a lot. So please email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram @NeilCHughes. Are you concerned or excited about the future, where all this is leading, and the vital role that AI will play in not only website creation, but content creation moving forward? So let me know your thoughts. We'll have another conversation about a completely different topic tomorrow. But thanks for listening as always, and until next time, don't be a stranger.